Welcome, my name is Andrew Swaby and this is Lesson 10. In the previous lesson, we looked at the harmonic minor scale. So we remember that the harmonic minor scale included an augmented second. So we had, all right, so right here, we can see that there's an augmented second here, right, between the 6th and the 7th. In a melodic minor scale, which we're going to be looking at today, because of this weird space right here, composers would usually raise this note, the 6th degree, right, or they lowered the 7th, all right, to get this note. So for the melodic minor scale, it includes that raised 6th when ascending and also the lowered 7th when descending. So the scale has two patterns, one for ascending and one for descending. So C melodic minor would look like this. Alright, so ascending, descending. Great. Now, it is important to note that whenever this scale is used in jazz music, they are only going to use the ascending pattern. So this pattern. All right. And you should be able to do that over multiple octaves. All right. All right. However, as I said, in jazz music, the only thing that you will you will see for most of the time when this scale is used is just the ascending. So they'll use the ascending and the same pattern for descending as well. All right. So how can we use this? Why is this important to know? Well, first, I want you to be able to hear the scale. All right. You should be able to identify that whenever you hear it in any composition. All right. However, I want you to know it so that when you're creating your own compositions, you can use it to your advantage. For example, I'm going to play a simple jazz progression. I'll name the notes, and then I'm going to include the melodic minor scale in a lick. All right, so the progression goes like this. All right, or let's just do that. All right. Back to the 1. So it's 1 to the 6th, 2nd to the 5, then back to the 1. Now, whenever I go to the 5th, this chord, right, I can play a different chord here or use the same chord, but in my right include a scale. So I'm going to do that now. So for my 5th, I am going to include, even though this is the 5th for G, right? Hear that? I am going to use a flat melodic minor. All right. So in practice, that may sound something like this. You don't have to play the entire scale. All right. But it's good to know what you're playing. All right. So again. All right. So again. All right. So I know that this is a beginner course, but I want you to be able to, like, for example, play that progression, and just know how to apply the scale. Because if you know how to do something like this, it will motivate you to go ahead and learn other things. So I am going to break down the progression. So in my left, I have C, E, and A. In my right, I have D and G. All right. That's for the 1 chord. For the 6, we're going to do this voicing here. So in my left, I have A and I have G. In my right, I'm going to include C sharp, F, and B flat. All right, so far we have 1, 6. For the 2, I'm going to go ahead over to D. In my left, I have D, F, A, and C. In my right, I'm going to include E and A. All right. And if you realize, I did a slide from A flat into the A. All right. And then on the G, we have this chord, G, F. In my right, I have B, E flat, and A flat. So again, in my right, I have B, E flat, A flat. All right. And you can comp or play this rhythmically to taste. All right. There is no, well, there are rules, but for now, I just want you to be able to play these chords. All right. And that would be your first piece in your jazz repertoire. All right, so let's put this on a beat and see how it sounds. Right. So you can see that even though the root of the chord that I used the melodic minor on was G, all right? For this chord, it's a dominant for G, right? For the 5th, because we're in C. the melodic scale that I used belonged to a totally different key. In this case, it belonged to A flat. All right, the same principle applies. There is a minor third, and then the rest of the scale is your regular major scale. So 1, 2, minor third to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 1, right? Good, because A flat major would look like this. But the melodic minor would look like this. The only difference is that minor third. All right. So that's it. What I want you to now do is go ahead and find the melodic minor scale for all your keys. So for example, with the principle I just taught you, right? If there is only a minor third and everything else remains the same, say for example, you went to the key of F major, right? That's the major scale. So I can already tell that the last 5 notes will be the same. And the only thing I'm going to change is the third. I'm going to lower that to a minor third. So I'm going to have this, right? So, right? Go ahead and you can probably tell me in the chat where you've seen or heard the melodic scale used before, and what are some questions that you have about the melodic minor scale. That is it. Now, remember, the goal is not to be the best in a day. The goal is to become better every time you play. So hey, if you like that one, check out the next one. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and let's be better together. Peace.